Okay, UFC 330. Islam Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry. It was closer than some thought. I thought Ian Garry had the upset in him. But Islam Makhachev retains his title and wins by decision. Before any analysis, let's hear from UFC President Dana White.
Good, interesting, tactical main event between Islam and Ian Machado Garry. Ian showed great defensive work. Islam showed that he was strong either against a bigger guy. Give us your thoughts on the main event and how it played out. Read it back to me.
Not a bad question. I think that, this is my honest opinion on it. I felt like tonight was set up for the upset. I felt like the upset could happen tonight with so much on the line, all the records that Islam has, and he's going to break Anderson Silva's record. There's weight classes for a reason. Ian Garry is a big, rangy, strong guy who has great takedown defense. I mean, if you look at his takedown defense tonight against Islam, it was impressive. I felt like I think that Ian is a talented guy. If he had even an ounce of killer instinct in that fifth round, he had been beating him to the body. Islam's whole, I think, right side was beat up. His face was beat up. You don't come out and hug and shake hands in the fight. That's crazy when there's so much at stake, and there's also, a lot of mental, gamesmanship, whatever you want to call it in this game. You come out in that fifth round with a flying knee or something crazy and you try to finish the fight. I think that this is one of those fights that Ian will go back and watch and say, wish I could do that over again.
Would you agree going into the fifth round, it almost looked like Ian was actually the fresher man, like Islam had more?
100%. And, if he came out and tried to destroy and win that last round, with everything that he had, I think it's a totally different fight. And then he gives Islam that explosive, he exploded up and got his back. And once he took his back and put the hooks in, that was a wrap. He's going to ride that out till the round ends.
Yeah. I felt like this.
That's how I felt. But on the Islam side, Islam went out, it's the complete opposite now, against a bigger, strong, rangy guy who has good takedown defense. Controlled him, shut him down. I don't know if he was in his head, and Ian felt like he had to come out and shake hands in the fifth round or whatever. But Islam did exactly what he needed to do to win that fight.
Yeah.
Dana White there giving his opinion on the Islam Makhachev Ian Garry main event, which, as I said, went to decision. And I think the appraisal was very honest. Many people thought that Makhachev was an overwhelming favorite for a reason. But a lot of people that watch the sport and have watched Ian Garry's improvement over the last few years thought he had the height, the range that perhaps caused an upset. And though Garry performed very well, doing well, stuffing takedowns, turning the corner to keep Makhachev off of him, he's going to feel that he left something on the table. He was clearly the fresher fighter by the end of the fifth and final round. And if he just showed a bit more aggression, a bit more of that front lead kick, the oblique to the knee, you feel like he could have made something happen. Now, of course, that's easier said than done. But there was a point in round 4 where Makhachev seemed to be losing confidence after Garry was having success with low kicks and then high, and then to the body particularly, he hit some nasty ones. It seemed that Garry was cruising and perhaps was happy to make it close, show his worth as a top of the food chain contender. But I think he's going to regret it. And once you, the audience, get a chance to rewatch the fight in full or in highlights, I think you'll agree. And the other problem is now the conversation turns to, well, Makhachev is an undersized welterweight. And the difference in size was very clear. There won't be another fighter that he faces that will be clearer than when he faced Garry. But Makhachev still has that wrestling. And he still has a couple of other things. One, the welterweight title. and 2, a new record, surpassing Anderson Silva's long-held 16-fight win streak, taking it to 17. So the victory belongs to Makhachev. The regret would live with Ian Garry. It'll be very interesting to see what comes next. Will Makhachev face Morales or Pratis? And what next for Ian Garry? He's already faced most of the top contenders. He's beaten Pratis. The welterweight division has a couple of interesting turns to take. Just a short one. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the Low Tone Podcast. You know you want to. Peace.
Low Tone Podcast, we blast past to get higher than past.